Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get straight into it. What Putin wants. It feels like Vladimir Putin got what he wanted, or is Donald Trump not what he wanted?
Well, he was what he wanted, and now he's having a little bit of buyer's remorse. The thing about Vladimir Putin is we think of him as this omniscient, omnipotent supervillain, mastermind, who's very detail-oriented, but actually he thinks in very short-term ways, and then a lot of his victories are actually Pyrrhic victories, and like you saw what happened with the Olympics today.
Right. You know, we find out that Russia basically had this elaborate plan to get every single one of their athletes doping and get them into the Olympics, and now they're going to be banned because of it, or could be banned because of it. Is this basically how Russia rolls with everything? It's like cheating elections, cheating Olympics, cheating just everything they do. Is that a Putin thing? Is that a Russian thing? How does this work?
It's kind of a Russian thing.
Is this like a cultural thing?
Russia. Yeah, I mean, you live in a society where everything is kind of stacked against you. Like the laws are all written in a way that there is a law to contradict every single other law, and you can get in trouble at any point. So you have to survive by constantly kind of getting around things. And at the government level, I don't know, this Olympic thing reminded me of talking to an old CIA guy who used to work on Russia stuff, and he was like, the Russians were always playing three-dimensional chess and devising these elaborate operations. And we were off being the US. We were like, well, whatever, who cares about you guys? But you had to kind of let them know that you saw them doing the 3D chess. Otherwise, they'd get really upset and do worse stuff. You just have to be like, wow, that's really nice. Good job.
So these sound less like spies and more like toddlers. Wow. Look at you rigging our elections. Wow.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
I think I subscribe more to the Russia as teenage boy theory.
Oh, interesting. So they're just like, how do they see it, though, from their side? Because, I mean, everyone absorbs the story from this side of the world. What do Russians think about what Russia may or may not have done in America's election?
I think the way they see it, they think that we've lost our damn minds, which we have a little bit.
Right.
So even the people who acknowledge that the Russians interfere in our elections, which they did, we know they did.
Right.
Even those Russians are like, come on, we didn't throw your election. You guys created Trump. You created Fox News. You created Steve Bannon. You created a stupid electoral college. You created a racist backlash to the first black president. And they're totally right, you know? The Russians didn't create any of that, and the Russians didn't make, 60-some million people vote for him. And we have to take a hard look at ourselves and ask ourselves why he's our president.
It's interesting you say that, because it feels like there is a disconnect at times between print journalism and television. But it is difficult to get people into a story that is the weeds of what percentage of which tax cut will go to which person. Do you think people could do a better job of that? Do they have to ignore the Russia story and go, Michael Flynn's not a big thing?
Oh, no. It is a big thing. We have a hostile foreign government who interfered in one of the most sacred things we do as a country, right? And we have to get to the bottom of that. We have to figure out who did what that was illegal, especially if there was then an obstruction of justice. And we have to think about it as a national security issue, as opposed to, will this headline make Trump resign tomorrow?
Interesting.
He won't.
Looking at it as a national security story and not as will he resign tomorrow. You don't think he'll quit? After the tax cuts?
I don't think he'll quit if he's not reelected.
Oh, wow. Wow, that was terrifying.
I'm sorry.
I just got goosebumps, and in a bad way. Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Please come back and join us again. What Putin really wants is in the January-February issue of The Atlantic, which will be out next week. Julia Ioffe, everybody.